welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 8th of April 2024. And we are starting off with an Highlander. The Ledaig Distillery, or not distillery, Tobermory Distillery with the Ledaig brand has a new bottle called Ledaig Triple Wood. It's a combination of wine, bourbon and port wine casks. Yeah, and it has 53.8% ABV and will be available soon on Whisky.com for everybody who orders from the Netherlands. And then we have Ardbeg. They actually bought the Islay Hotel, I think a few years ago, and they cooperated with it early a lot. And Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy bought that hotel, and now they are renovating it and renaming it to Ardbeg House. For that, they will create a special whiskey, and they will have that whiskey only in the hotel and the visitor center. Then we go back to Tobermory, this time with the Tobermory brand itself. And Tobermory gets 26 years, and it joins the Hebridean Series. They still had some casks of 2008 left. They were partly used for the 15-year-old and finished them in Oloroso sherry cask, and it's now a limited edition for 4,560 bottles, and it will be available soon on Whisky.com. Then we have a very expensive news, let's call it that way. It's the Macallan Horizon, a cooperation with Bentley. And if you cooperate with these kind of brands, then it's really expensive. They announced it in 2022, wanted to do it in 2023, but made it now. It's 6 sherry casks, very specially selected, and they filled it in horizontal vessels, let's call it that way, and they are selling it for $50,000. Next up is a new distillery that is being opened. It's the Port Ellen Distillery. After 40 years of closing since 1983, they are opening the distillery again. And they planned and did it since 2017. And I've already had some pictures here on the channel, and the new distillery. Very modern glass fronts for distilling, and the new distillery is now actually distilling, and at least 3 years until there will be the first whiskey that can be called whiskey from Port Ellen. Then we have Torabhaig Cnoc Na Mòine. So that means the hill of Peaty Hill, or Bog Hill, or something like that. And it's an homage to the landscape of the Isle of Skye. It was matured in sherry cask and handled as small batch release, and it is available on Whisky.com. Talking about small batch, there is a new Kilchoman in the core range, and it's called the Kilchoman Batch Strength. It's a combination of red wine, Oloroso, and bourbon barrels. 57% ABV batch strength. That is kind of cask strength, but just leveled to one certain level. And it is available on Whisky.com. Then we already had the Rosebank Distillery and the news last year that it was running again after 4 years of restoring and 30 years of closing, and now it is opening a visitor center. In July it will be open to the public. Then we have a new distillery on the Orkney Islands. It's in Kirkwall on the main island, the Orkney Distilling it's called, and they are distilling their first whiskey. They did it on the International Whiskey Day, but strangely enough, they want to bring out 2 blended whiskies, peated, unpeated, and they want to bring out a single malt later. Interesting choice. Then we have the famous brand Monkey Shoulder. They're coming out with a new look and kind of a new bottle where you can feel the bottle differently. yeah, it will be sleeker and will be 25% lighter, but the the stuff inside will stay the same. Then we have Ireland, the Ahascragh or Ahascragh Distillery. It's a Gaelic name. The Ahascragh Distillery producing their first new make. It's actually in Ireland. It's on the west side. There are not that many distilleries on the west side, and I think one of the first distilleries in Galway, and they're producing only with renewable energies. Yeah, so the West Coast has a new distillery that is now producing new make. So let's wait a few years and then we'll find their whiskey. Then we have Tullamore D.E.W getting a new design. They're going a bit more back to the roots, and it shows the iconic Irish wolf hound or wolf dog. I'm not quite sure how that is in English, but yeah, it's the iconic thing of Ireland, and we know that from other distillery labels. The bottle is a bit sleeker, a bit easier to grip, and the whiskey inside stays the same. Let's go over to the Americas. We have Brown-Forman, the mother company of Jack Daniels, getting their Bottled in Bond series further, and they are bringing out the Jack Daniels Bottled in Bond rye. 70% rye, quite a high rye, 18% corn and 12% malted barley. It's the first rye in the Bottled in Bond series, and it has 50% ABV. And if you live in the Netherlands, you can buy it on Whisky.com. Then we have the brand Yellowstone from the Limestone Branch Distilling in Kentucky, bringing out a new rum finish. And the rum finish is a bit strange because it has Cuban rum casks. This is important if you have any product that is with from Cuban descent. You are not allowed to sell it with credit cards or PayPal or any other bank transfer in America. So that is a bit of a problem. But I'm not quite sure if it's internationally available. So this is a special collection from the distillery, has 100 proof, 50% ABV. Then we have the House of Suntory presenting the Legent Yamazaki Cask Finish blend. Very limited bottling. It's like the normal Legend, but older, and also a Yamazaki sherry cask finish. It has 57% ABV, and it is available on Whisky.com. So yeah, that was it. A bit more of this week. That's just because I've been on tour and skipped a few weeks. And yeah, I will keep on now, hopefully the bi-weekly schedule until my next tour. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.